And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Look at this defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. There's play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Thanks to receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your play looks wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They go play action with Jackson. Going deep for Walker. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now it's 2nd and 10. To the air, May. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 44.
We both know there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The Texans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Oh, they'll let Andrews try to run. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go and get to that #1 spot.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
To throw, it's May. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available. and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? On the counter, Mitchell. And he will take this up to about the 80-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they got to pin down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
2nd and 7. Here's a toss right side to Mitchell. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
It's not. What? 180. It's not. Hey, report. Report. No.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, report. Report. Sit hard. 180. You changed it. Report. 180. What is it?
Jackson now. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40.
As a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Man, he hits him in stride. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. May. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he works through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You don't turn your nose up in a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run it. And a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A final return for a Texans touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
So this is showing faith in a running back who just lost a fumble a minute ago. That was returned for a touchdown. Now, some coaches might let him think about on the bench for a bit, but he's right back out there. They're showing that they have confidence in him.
Hey, middle.
And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. To throw is Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
No, we changed it.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on third and a yard.
Baltimore first down.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now Jackson. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
He used to work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing is Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
You are X.
Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to, but somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
Throwing here is May. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll throw with May. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's May. The RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Noel, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Boswell good with the extra point, and And it's now 21-7.
Texans 21, Ravens 7. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice.
Rashad Bateman,
His second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
For the extra point.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Ravens 14. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
He pushes through a rookie tackler to get about 3 yards. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties and better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 7. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Third and 5.
They'll look to throw here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's crazy. Hey, what's up? Hey, five.
Looking to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Christian Watson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14.
Texans 28. Ravens 14. Chris Boswell set to kick
So
off.
not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Going deep for Walker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready? Hey, middle.
Now it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Let's go. Now we change it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Touchdown! A great play there. 33 yards. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. On his loop for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On play action, May. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Watson. 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 21. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. They were bouncing their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense, or they continue to score on offense?
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
It's a gain of 2.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for a little bit in the league, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Report!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 7.
incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Baltimore.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Jackson will keep it. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw, it's May. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on it and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, they're still in the lead. The momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence. And you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Looking to throw, May. Now a run here off the RPO, he'll keep it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to 17.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now 2nd and 3. Again, it's Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. To the air, May. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So give them 3 on that drive. And, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
35-yard line.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Nice shot. What? Nice shot. Nice shot. Go ahead. You are X.
They go play action with Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. As they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Tyler Luke on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Off the play fake. Here's May. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And now here's a carry heading left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And he gets this from the midfield before it's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. In other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
One blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Given 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with May.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing is Jackson. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
First down.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Now it's Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now Lamar changing the play. Now Jackson. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners with great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line.
Covered by the offense.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Luke now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to the knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Hey, give me a D. Give me the E. Give me an A. Give me an M. And give me the ring. Give me the lock. Give me the rock. And give me the key. Then it's only me. Wait till give me a D.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Mike Green In there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And not much to speak of. Only 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll throw with May. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Mike Green picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's got room. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 29-yard line.
It's a gain of 33. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's what he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final.
they scored too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Here's 2nd down.
Hawkeye starts on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw.
42-yard
May looking to run. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Good gain there on 1st down. That keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any rush offensively. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha, what? What? Hey, come here. I'm coming.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football's a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
180. You change it. 180. Right shot. Go right here.
Now Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has the Ravens 1st down, and it would appear that's going to be the one to do it.
22-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Texans 38.
Touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
So that last touchdown sealed it there, partner, and then the kickoff there at the end, just a formality to knock the final seconds off.